Welcome, dear learners. Today, our topic is surface and interfacial phenomena. Its starting part, its introduction. So, in our previous session, we have completed the whole unit of solubility, and now we will be starting the surface and interfacial phenomena and its general terms, which are essential in order to study the surface and interfacial phenomena. So, now let us begin with what is the meaning of interface. So, interface is the boundary between two or more faces which exist together. So, it is simply in the language of layman, it is the boundary between two or more faces which exist together. So, means for example, we can consider that a heterogeneous mixture exists. So, between a heterogeneous mixture, as they are not soluble into each other, so there exists a boundary between them. So, similarly in the interface, there is a boundary between two or phase which exist, and the properties of the molecules forming the interface are different from those in the bulks that these molecules are forming an interfacial phase. So, there is also a variation in their properties than that of the molecules which are present in the bulk, and so the several types of interface can exist depending upon whether the two adjacent phases are in solid or liquid or in a gaseous state. So interface can exist between solid as well as solid liquid, or even liquid gas, or even solid liquid. So depending upon the various types of phases of matter or states of matter, the interface can exist. Now, what are the importance of interfacial phenomena in pharmacy? First, the adsorption of drugs onto solid adjuvants in dosage forms. Now, you might be wondering that what is the meaning of adjuvant. So, in your first semester in the PC, that is Pharmaceutics 1, you might have learned the terms adjuvant, vehicles, etc. So, adjuvant are those, or they are types of excipient which are added in order to enhance the formulation. So they don't have any much a significant role in the therapeutic activity, but in order to prepare a good formulation, it is essential that we add adjuvant. So adsorption of drugs onto solid adjuvants in dosage form. So the adsorption of drug particles from the a solid adjuvant takes place. Then the penetration of molecules through biological membrane. So you might be knowing, or you might be studying that the importance of penetration or the importance of solubility. So whenever we need to achieve any activity, then the penetration of molecules into its membrane is very essential. Unless and until that particular molecule is unable to penetrate, its activity can't be known. Then the emulsion formation and the stability. So the emulsion as well as stability of the emulsion can be also checked or can be determined with the help of this phenomena. And the last, that is the dispersion of insoluble particles in liquid media to form a suspension. So in the formulation of suspension, which is a biphasic liquid dosage form, so in that the dispersion of insoluble particles inside the liquid, so at that point it also play an important role in order to achieve a suspension which is having a good stability. Now what is the liquid interface and the surface as well as interfacial tension? In the liquid state, the cohesive forces between the adjacent molecules are well developed. For the molecules in the bulk of a liquid, only the attractive cohesive forces with other liquid molecules which are situated below and adjacent to them, they can develop adhesive force of attraction with the molecules of the other phase in the interface. So first of all, let us know that what is the meaning of cohesive force and what is the meaning of adhesive force. So cohesive force, we can define that the forces which is present between the like molecules, or due to the presence of cohesive force, the repulsion takes place and the proper mixing or the proper stability of the molecules can't be achieved whenever the cohesive forces are present. So in liquid state, initially the cohesive forces are well developed, as we are not knowing that which type of liquid is there, what is their property, and so depending upon their property, they might be insoluble into each other or they might be soluble into each other. So for the molecules in the bulk of a liquid, only the attractive cohesive forces with other liquid molecules are situated below and are adjacent to them. So for here in the bulk there are various cohesive force, but this cohesive force are attractive sometimes, so only that forces exist in the bulk and they can develop adhesive force of attraction with the molecules of the other phase or in the interphase. So by developing the adhesive force, that is the force between unlike molecules, and so due to this they can develop a good covalent bonding or a proper strong bond can be formed which attract the molecules towards each other. Now the net effect is that the molecules at the surface of the liquid experiences an inward phase towards the bulk of the liquid and pull the molecules and contract the surface with a force F. So now here we are moving towards the surface tension phenomena. So here what happens that whenever the adhesive force or the cohesive force acts, then the net effect of that force is that the molecules of the surface of the liquid, they experience some kind of inward pull, and due to this inward pull the molecules contract at the surface with the force F. So they develop one of the inward pull and then they contract on the surface with a force. So in order to keep the equilibrium, an equal force must be applied to oppose the inward tension in the surface. So in order to achieve equilibrium, as we know that in each and every field or each and every particular thing, the presence of equilibrium is very essential. So an equal force must be applied in order to oppose the inward tension, and so due to this the surface tension develops. So now what is the definition of surface tension? So this definition is one of the important and you have to remember it. So it is the force per unit length that must be applied parallel to the surface so as to counterbalance the net inward pull, and it has units dyne per centimeter. So this is a CGS unit. So what it is says that in order to counterbalance the inward pull we need to apply force per unit length at the surface which is parallel, and so that can be termed as surface tension. Now what is the meaning of interfacial tension? It is the force per unit length existing at the interface. We have already seen our previous slide that there is an interface between any two phase, and so it is the force per unit length existing at the interface between two immiscible liquid phase, and it has units dyne per centimeter. So it is also a same unit like that of surface tension, and it is the force per unit length, and it is the tension which is developed between the two immiscible liquids, and invariably the interfacial tension are less than surface tension because an adhesive forces between the two liquid phase forming an interface are greater than that of a liquid and a gas phase existing together. So interfacial tension is less than that of adhesive force, and so here we have stated its reason why it is less, because two liquids forming the interface are greater. So whenever there is a two liquid and between the two liquids whenever there is a existence of the interface, so what happens that their interface is far more greater than that of the interface which is formed between the liquid and gaseous phase. If two liquids are completely miscible, then no interfacial tension or no interface exists between them. So as we have stated that interface is the type of boundary between the two liquids, and it exists only when the phases are immiscible into each other, but when the two liquids are miscible into each other, there is a no chance or there is a no question arises that the interfacial tension can exist between them. Now greater the surface tension, it reflects the higher intermolecular force of attraction, thus increase in hydrogen bonds or molecular weight cause increase in surface tension. So higher the surface tension, then higher the force of attraction and higher the hydrogen bonding, and which causes increase in surface tension. So the work required to create a unit area of energy of a unit area of surface is known as surface free energy, or in the CGS unit it is also said erg per centimeter square, as the unit of the energy in the CGS is ergs. So here the definition of surface energy has been defined, that the work required to create a unit area that is per centimeter square or per meter square is known as surface free energy. So greater the area of interfacial contact between the phases, greater the interfacial energy, as we can state from the equation that surface free energy is equal to energy per joule. And so greater the interfacial contact or greater the area of interfacial contact, then greater is the surface free energy. Now for equilibrium, surface free energy of a system must be at a minimum. In order to achieve the equilibrium, surface free energy should be minimum. Otherwise, the equilibrium can't be established. So the liquid droplets tend to assume a spherical surface since the sphere has smallest surface area per unit volume, as we have known from the equation that lower the surface area, then higher the surface free energy, or it is directly proportionate. But here, if we are taking a shape or any object which is having a smallest surface area, then it can have a surface free energy less. So in order to achieve equilibrium, we require less surface free energy, and out of all the shape, only the spherical shape is there which is having the smallest comparatively surface area per unit volume. So these liquid droplets are very essential to take. So now we have come to end to our lecture of the introduction of surface and interfacial phenomena, and now in our upcoming lecture we will be studying the methods of measurement of interfacial tension. So it is very essential that you are knowing surface tension and you are also knowing interfacial tension, but in the lab scale and in the industrial scale you are going to perform the methods which are having or you need to determine how you can measure the surface tension. So stay tuned to our channel in order to understand the measure of or to know the measurement techniques